Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a one-page layout using the new Reese Collection from Felicity Jane. I just absolutely love the color scheme in this layout and didn't think I would kind of jump in right away using it, but I remembered that I had some pictures that I thought were uh, pretty fitting for the ephemera in this collection. So there was a piece of ephemera that says "You are magic," and I never really, when I saw it, I was like, oh, I'm probably not going to use that. I don't know how I would use it. But then I remembered I had these two photos of my grandpa and I, and when we were younger, he would always do magic tricks, or not magic trick, card tricks. And that was just something that I remembered, and I just thought it was fitting, and so I decided to use these photos with this collection. The collection came with the 6x6 papers, and thankfully they're double-sided, so that made my idea kind of much more easy. So I cut the papers down into different sizes, but in using the 6x6 papers, it kind of made the idea in my mind a little bit more difficult, and I will explain more in just a few minutes. So I am just going to line these up. And actually, I just realized that I could just use half of them because I just wanted them kind of poking out behind the photo there. So I just cut them all in half, and I'm going to line them up down the page. So once I get the first two lined up across the page, it really made it easy to line them all up. So I'm not going to make you watch me tape them all down, but I did kind of stagger them across the page as well, so they're not completely down in a straight line, but they do go from the top of my photos to the bottom of my photos. So I did this recently with another layout, and I'm going to be using washi tape to kind of make a flap with my photo here. So I just placed the half of the washi tape on my photo and then kind of curled it over in half, and the other sticky part is going to be then on my layout. So I am familiar with flip flaps, and I guess it's kind of what I am doing with these. Flip flaps are from close to my heart, and I absolutely love them. But with this journaling, I think I want it to be more private, and so I think I'm just going to leave it underneath my page protector. Nobody will really know it's even there unless they take it out to, I guess, investigate. I don't know. But I am just going to write down a whole bunch of memories that I have of my grandpa, and I don't know, that doesn't necessarily need to be for everybody, and so I thought this was just a great idea to kind of keep that private. One thing I did realize though in doing this big flap was that one, my pattern papers didn't reach all the way across, and two, I cut a white piece of paper to put down there so to cover up the gap, but in doing so then I had this giant white piece of paper underneath. So I decided this collection came with an amazing kind of buildable flower stamp that you can see that I'm using here, and a stencil. So I decided to kind of have use the flower stamp at the bottom, and luckily I realized I have colors from close to my heart that work perfect with this collection. I have desert rose, wisteria, and then the pink I did use a distress oxide, but I don't usually use a lot of purple, and so I was kind of like, oh no, what do I use? But this wisteria worked really nice, and the desert rose was perfect for that kind of like rust color. So I kind of just staggered, I guess, those flowers there, and then I decided to get out the stencil, and I'm going to stencil the top of it. The stencil is very, I guess, simple. It's just polka dots. So I got out my blending brushes and used those 3 colors again. Now I can't think. Tattered Rose, I think, is this Distress Oxide color. And then the Wisteria, and then actually I think I got out Speckled Egg. I don't think I used the Desert Rose on the stencil. So I kind of picked and choose where I wanted the different colors, and some of them blended in together, but I thought it looked nice. I thought it was, I don't know, it kind of created a new color, so it was kind of fun. So I just blended it all, and just really had a lot of fun with this. I don't do a lot of stenciling or stamping, but it was just kind of fun. So if somebody does take my, the layout out of the page protector, they are going to find kind of some, I don't know, a surprise, I guess you could say. So there is the You Are Magic ephemera bit, and so I figured that would be kind of a good thing to make. Handle's not really a good word, but to help flip open that flap. It's taped down good enough that if you lift up the ephemera, that flap opens up as well. The ephemera pack did have that little banner, and so honestly embellishing this layout was so simple. I have that You Are Magic and then the banner at the top. There was a phrase sticker that said grateful, but because of all the pattern papers and kind of stacking my photos, I didn't want a lot on there. And I just think it just looks clean and not too busy, even though there's so many pattern papers. So with the inside, the flowers, there's like the inside of the flowers, and I decided to stamp that probably with fossilized amber is my guess. There is that little yellow heart I used on the front, and so that's kind of why I decided. I then went back into the inside and just kind of had more fun. I have these pattern borders, embroidered borders, I think is what they're called, from Close to My Heart, and so I used Desert Rose that way and did these kind of did this fun little border on the layout here. Honestly, just had fun. I don't do this a lot. I was actually just telling my aunt that a lot of times I feel like I am trying to hurry myself. I don't want my videos for you guys to be too long, and sometimes I guess I don't give myself time to kind of play or create like this. So I did have a lot of fun with this. I then decided, this is really plain with just the polka dots, and remembered that I had another stamp set from Close to My Heart. It is from the Canon Moments collection. It's still available, so if you like what you see, it is still available. I'll try to link it down below. But I decided to kind of have a title inside, and it says Happy Times. So I have the stamp and thin cut set, and what I did, and I saw somebody else, I think it might have been Susanna Lee again, that they cut extra layers, and so the title is 3 layers thick, and so it just pops up a little bit extra, and so I liked that and didn't think it would pop it up too much with the flap on top, and so that's what I ended up doing. Then I got out I think they're embroidered circles. I will link all of my Close to My Heart stamps and thin cuts down below as well. But I just decided to have more fun and bring that out and kind of layer some more under the title there. So I am just going to tape the title down. Add another little circle. The nice thing was that with not taping them down yet, I could line them up, kind of the stamps where I wanted them, sneak away the title, and then stamp it down, and it was exactly where I wanted it. So I think we're getting pretty close, to the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed this layout. I will have links down below for all of the stamp and thin cut sets that I used for this. But I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.